There's this lady named Janice. She was in Bowling Green, Ohio, at this show that we did a few weeks ago. She was 75 years old, and she was in the front row of our show. She was dancing. She didn't know our songs, but she was having the time of her life. And it's one of those things where it's like you see someone like that in the front row, and you're like, "What is going on? This is the most amazing thing ever." So, dedicated some songs to her. Put the old arm around her and sang some songs or whatever while playing. Anyway, she was just a super nice lady. She'd had a really hard time. Her son was in prison. She had been living in a homeless shelter, but somehow she got hooked up with this church in Bowling Green, and they would drive from Bowling Green up to Toledo, and they would pick up this group of people who were just way down on their luck. They were living in housing, and they would bus them down to church service at this church in Bowling Green. And about a week after we were there, I get a message from the person who promoted the show. They said, "Hey, just wanted to let you know, thought you might want to know that Janice, the lady that was dancing in the front row who was 75, she passed away a couple nights ago." And I went on to ask a little more about Janice, and that she had lost everything in a fire like about a month before that. And so she was living in a homeless shelter. Her son was in prison. She kind of had nothing left. But she got hooked up with this church who reached out to her and embraced her and loved her. And I think she had a pretty good life. She knew Jesus. She had lived 75 years, and the song's dedicated to her. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by. To Janice.